Welcome back to Spain. We had moved on further into the Pyrenees and we are a little bit outside of Ainsa, Spain. And man, is it beautiful here. Look at the view out here. I mean, mountains in every direction, beautiful farm valleys down below. And check out the other side over here where there's a giant lake or reservoir. It's freaking stunning. It's about 7:30 here. We just got done eating dinner. We're gonna take Link for a little walk, and I figured, why not go up and explore the old ruins up here? So this church dates back to right around the year 1000, and kind of like a lot of the other churches and abandoned villages around here, which is extremely old and super cool. The mountains around here are beautiful, and I don't know if you can see, but right here, this one still has snow on it. But look at the views from up here. Listen, I'll stop talking here in a second. You can actually hear the bats in here. There was quite a few when I was in here yesterday. They were flying all around. So. But this is the church, and there are still paintings all over the ceiling, the walls, and there's some little hidden tunnels and stuff that go down underneath. And there are also burial tombs all on the floor here. Oldest one I think I saw was like 15 or 1600, which is crazy old, but man, super neat place. And this is just the main church part. We are in the stairwell to go up to the bell tower, the old steps. And they go way down there too, but you got to get to that section from inside. But let's go and check out the bell tower here. It is super cool that they still have a bell up here, and the thing is huge. I mean, that's massive. But the old wooden structures that used to swing, you can see there must have been other bells up here. The parts of the wooden structure are still here, and they still kind of move. Link being a good boy way down there. See if I can get the sword out of the stone. No go. Good morning. We had a great night's sleep last night, and as you can see this morning, the clouds are rolling in. It is supposed to rain today, and tomorrow, I believe. We're probably going to head into town. We're going to head into Ainsa, where there is a nice camp right outside of town, walking distance into the restaurants and all of that. And we'll probably hang out there for a few days. Link and I might get a hike in this morning before we head down the mountain and before the rain comes. These clouds just rolled in within a few minutes. It was a super nice overlook this morning, but not so much anymore. This area we are in here is a rehabilitation area where they are making more trails for mountain biking, hiking. They try to restore some of the old farmhouses, castles, and all of that. And it's called Zona Zero. And they're doing a fantastic job. The trails are very well marked all through. And there's a ton of them. If you look at the map, they are just flooded everywhere. And it's a beautiful area. Mountains all around, just overall, a great outdoor area to go explore for mountain biking, hiking, whatever you want. Cows are down in the valley playing their morning music. Listen. The terrain in Spain is just insane. Sorry, had to. But anyway, the terrain is so varied here. As you can see, this is almost like a Badlands type feel where it's just all washed out in shale or dirt, rock. It's just crazy. And then you have like all the forested area and the massive mountains. Something different around every corner, and super great place to explore. This spot behind me is actually a mountain bike trail, and it's always so hard to get this on camera, but this is insanely steep, but looks like a super fun trail going down through. And then you follow the creek bed where we just came from down through the valley. Nice spot. Found some more ruins, which are just plastered all over the place in this area, but another massive cellar here under the house. Let's see if there's anything in here. The way they build these archways, man, it's like a perfect curve, and the way the stone just falls into place, amazing. It was about a 4-mile hike. We were back at Judy. Time to get packed up and head down into Ainsa to the next camp. We'll see you there. We made it into Ainsa and we are at camp. We are parked just outside of the main wall, and this town is apparently a medieval town. There is a castle entrance that we're going to walk through to go into town, and the parking area for motorhomes is right outside of that. It costs about €8 per night, or for 24 hours to camp here. They do have a dump station and all of that, which is always a nice extra added bonus. But we're going to walk in, we're going to see if we can grab some lunch. Spanish times for eating and drinking are just off the wall, so I think we can get in there and maybe get something to eat, but who knows? We'll find out. Stopped to have a really good lunch. Actually had my first IPA in months. It was amazing. With some falafel and then some type of pork with an apple puree, which all of it was very, very good. So a little history on Ainsa. From what I understand is this area was established in around the year 724 AD. And basically the castle and all of the buildings are from around the 11th or 12th century. So this area has been inhabited for quite a long time, just in this little area, and they restored the medieval village really, really well. I do feel like the town is very touristy, a lot of hotels, Airbnbs, restaurants, and all of that type of stuff, but it is a super nice little town to come visit, and it really is a base camp for getting out to all of the trails in the Zona Zero area. I mean, the Zona Zero area just has so many trails, and this Ainsa basically sits right in the middle of that, which great starting point. Oh, we made it back to Judy, and it's still a little early, so I think we're gonna try to get the next batch of kombucha done. While Crystal is gone, I have been having to take care of her kombucha, which isn't a bad thing because I get to drink it myself. But we have the hot water boiling right now, getting ready to do the tea, and we have our kombucha here in the jar. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to boil a small pot of tea, put some sugar in, let it cool down to room temperature, and then we'll be able to process the next batch of kombucha. This thing is blobby. The SCOBY in these things, they always look so disgusting, but the kombucha comes out amazing. All right, we're going to let that tea steep for about 5 minutes before we put the sugar in, and then we'll move on. While we're driving, we do keep the kombucha starter in the sink. We have kind of this cushion area that it goes into. While we're driving, we do keep the lid on, but when we're parked, we like to vent it out. So we have a nice clean rag here that we toss on, put the rubber band over it, and then our little cushion that goes in the sink also becomes the area to keep our kombucha in a dark area. So we toss everything back in this little corner that doesn't really get used anyway, and then it's out of the way and we're all set. We are done steeping the tea, so we're going to get that out of here. Then we need to get a cup of white sugar. Still have some Arabic sugar from Morocco. Doing 1 cup. Looks about right. Seems like a lot of sugar, but the kombucha actually eats it up, and that's what keeps the starter going. So now that that is in there, we're going to stir it up. We're going to let this sit until it cools down. While we're waiting on the kombucha, I'm going to get in the shower because I really stink. That hike earlier, I was drenched in sweat. I'm going to show you how we set up our shower. like that, it's ready to go. We have our hot water heater switch here. You can be able to set the temperature and everything. One of the things, we have an on-demand hot water. We don't have a water tank, so it runs through propane, and we have as much hot water as we want. The one thing we did realize is that it was taking a long time to get hot water to the shower, so I installed a hot water recirculator to get the water up to temperature in all of the hot water lines, and just put the water back into the tank so we don't waste about a minute worth of water. So we have a switch here. You hear the pump kick on, you can see the temperature climbing. We let that get up to temperature, and that pretty much runs all the way through all the hot water lines. Then once we get in the shower, we turn on the water. We have hot water within like 3 seconds instead of a minute. After the shower, we take a squeegee, make sure we clean everything off. We have to put our toilet back in. We don't want to be sitting in the wet. So we squeegee everything, squeegee the basin, dry it out, put everything back in, and we're all set. I tell you what, I don't know if I could do this full time without an indoor shower. This thing is a lifesaver, and we use it all the time. And right now I'm parked in the middle of a parking lot, and I can just take a shower and not have to worry about it. I did forget to mention, in case you were wondering what the little plug was in the side, we have a composting toilet, so the toilet has to vent the poop side. And so this goes through, out, and that goes out to an outdoor hose that just pushes, a little fan pushes that through, keeps the dirt dry, and keeps the smell out. But it also works as a nice cap for the electrical plug, so pull that off, our plug stays nice and dry. Put that back on, and then when our toilet goes in, it all reconnects quick and easy. All right, our tea is to room temperature, so we're gonna move on. And according to Crystal, the way we start this is wash your hands like you've never washed your hands before. So that's what we're gonna do. This is the part I hate. You gotta touch this thing, and it is gross. So we're gonna toss it on the plate here, but look how gooey. Toss it on the plate. Put this one over top so that kind of stays covered. Give it a little bit of shake. You can see on the bottom there's a whole bunch of stuff that gets stuck. I burp it every once in a while because last time I did this and shook it, it kind of just burped itself and went everywhere. Okay, so as you can see, there's nothing left on the bottom there. We're going to keep pouring into our measuring cup and fill up our little jars. Got a funnel to make it a little bit easier. And we want to make sure that we keep 2 cups at the end because that's got to go back in. I'm not going to fill them all the way up because I want to give it a little bit of room. I think I'm going to add some of this tropical juice in there. I'm going to finish getting these filled up and we'll go on to the next step. We have our 2 cups here. I'm going to pour this back into the jar. I'm going to take the blob. Its name is Frankenfizz apparently. I like the old one of Blobby Brown better, but yeah, that's okay. So we're going to toss that in there. And then we're going to take our tea. Tea is room temperature. Make sure it's not hot. It's going to go right on top. And then we're going to fill this up. Our cold water side is our filtered side, so we're going to have filtered water. Just filled back up, and that's that. We're going to cover it back up now. Right back in its spot. Not so bad. Now we're going to fill up the bottles with some juice. This is 100% juice, but it should taste pretty darn good in here. Just pour a little bit in. Still going to keep some room in there. Make sure nothing explodes when I go to open it. We're going to let these sit on the counter for the second fermentation. They'll sit out for probably maybe 3 days or so before we put them in the fridge. Be ready to drink. Keeping them out a little bit longer will add some bubbles to it, which I enjoy in the kombucha. So we're going to see if we can get some that's nice and bubbly. But That's kombucha. Not too hard of a thing to do. You do this every 2 to 3 weeks, and you're all set. All right, with my laundry hanging in the back and all, we're gonna end this the real Vanlife way. We're gonna stop this one here. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Really thank you for following along. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and the bell so you're notified for next time. And until next time, we'll see you later. Basically what you've been seeing. Let me catch my breath. Fan's too loud. Move over, kid. Good God. People.